good afternoon. I mean,
Hello.
good evening. It's already evening.
Good evening.
Sorry for
How are
being
you?
late because,
Oh, no worries. I was really unsure about it. If it was today or tomorrow.
oh, yeah, okay, yeah, because you know what? I started kind of like 30 minutes late because with that person, because there should be a 30-minute break between you, but I started at 5 o'clock instead of 4:30 because I had my whole class today. I covered for someone at the
Oh, I see.
school. Yeah, so like kind of like run. So anyway, how
No
are you?
problem. Great. And you?
Well, I'm doing well. So, what about your classes?
Has been good.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I have a question.
yeah.
I need to confirm with you. Um. How many classes I need to pay because I'm really confused about which one I
Okay,
pay and
last
which
last week and today.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
today or tomorrow I pay two classes.
No
I repeat two
problem.
classes.
No
Okay.
problem. No problem. Okay.
Thank you.
So anyway, I already sent you the mark. I think it's okay. The writing.
Mm-hmm.
And do you still want me to uh send you some like for practice, or are you busy at school?
No, no, you can send me. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I just kind of like polish up your writing because you already mark it. Meaning, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the job interview, for example, I sent you that. I hope you have seen this. Okay, so probably now we'll focus on the speaking again because anyway at school you have grammar, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I have news because
Yeah.
on Friday I will have an interview, a job interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you started
Yeah.
applying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So okay,
And
where did you apply?
yes, I've been applying in some social media positions, and I am a part of a group on WhatsApp, and from Brazilians that lives here and work with marketing. And one one woman sent us a message
Okay, in this
say,
case you say one lady. It's better to use the word lady.
"Oh, okay." So one lady sent us a message talking that he's forming a team, of marketing in the company that she works. I guess they
The
usually
company that she works for.
the company that she works for, and I guess the company used to work with some 30 parties, third agency,
Uh-huh. What kind of agency, for example?
marketing
Ah,
agency.
marketing agency. Okay.
And now I think they would like to intern the the marketing staffs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So they are hiring some people right now.
Yeah, to form
But
a
is
group,
it
a team.
Brazilian owned company?
No, no, I don't think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Because if it's a
Yeah,
Brazilian
so
owned company, at work you will be speaking Portuguese more,
yeah,
right?
no. I guess I was looking for the website. I was looking
Yeah, I
at
well, yeah, I was looking at, meaning you're checking
yes, I was looking at the social media and the website that they has, they
that
have,
they have. Yeah.
and all the content is in English. And I guess it's a Canadian company. Yeah,
Okay. Okay,
because
that's good.
they have offices in Vancouver, Toronto,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I think it's not Brazilian,
O- So
but
you,
she is. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So you sent your resume, of course, and probably cover letter, and they invited you for an interview.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So of
On Friday.
course, most cases they will actually ask you to introduce yourself. You know,
Hmm.
okay, can you please, for example, we already practiced this before, but just to give you again, like usually this is what they ask you, like, okay, so Roberta, can you please tell us about yourself, right? Of course, this is an introduction, and of
Hmm.
course, you have to let yourself shine. Even if it's just the first question, you will be asked to introduce yourself, and you have to kind of like highlight something about you. It's not only about your name, your age, or if you're married or single, but I am from Brazil, and I was, for example, something like that. So you kind of like
Okay.
highlight, and then
Okay.
always pay attention to the questions that will be asked to you, because of course it's always necessary to be able to give the correct response to any question, because if
What's the
you
difference between response and answer?
it's just the same.
Okay.
Response meaning you were given a question and you are expected to give a response or an answer to that question. So it's always important to be able to answer or to give a good response to the question being asked. Because if you're not able to give the correct response, or probably the interviewer is expecting you to give this response, but you were not able to give that response. So the interviewer might think that, okay, she or he didn't understand what I meant. Okay, so it's also necessary to have this good comprehension of
Mm-hmm.
the questions that will be asked. And actually, you can go over the job questions again, job interview questions, I should say, more or
Yes.
less, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
to go through and then try to formulate responses in your head. Like, you don't need to memorize, you have to sound more natural, to look more natural. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I see.
So let's do some speaking, and
Okay.
probably, yeah, because this will help you to be more communicative, be more responsive to interviews. Or okay, let me see, let me give you more interesting topics. Mm,
Okay.
okay. So this one, moving to, let's see if these questions are good for you. Okay. Okay, so XX meaning Canada because you're here.
Okay.
Moving
You
to another
will
country.
share the screen with me?
Oh yeah. You know what? I always do that. It's like I thought that it's kind of like automatic that
Uh,
Okay.
no problem.
Mhm. Okay, here. What are some expectations you have about living here in Vancouver?
Well, um, when I was in Brazil, when I were
When I
or when
was, when I was.
when I was okay, when I was in Brazil, um, I was dreaming about my life here.
Okay.
I already know that I already knew that I will
Come here.
come soon. Yeah. So I think it's natural you dream about how will be where I will live, how will be my apartment, my neighborhood, and my expectations was
My
kind of
expectation were.
were about security,
Okay.
um, great landscapes, some cold weather and sometimes it's snowy, but um, sun as well on summer. The four seasons
Mm-hmm.
really marked, and
Oh, so you arrived here in March, right? Did you say that? When did you
yes,
arrive? Okay, so it was the beginning of spring.
yes,
Spring. And then you already experienced summer. And
summer,
now our
and now
season is
autumn,
autumn. Okay. And
and I'm excited about the winter. But
mm-hmm.
people that live here, my friends, my Brazilian friend says, "Oh no, please don't leave for the winter. It's not so nice that you think."
Yeah.
But I'm positive about it.
Yeah, because you know what? Well, I think last year we didn't get a lot of snow during the
Mhm.
winter, but there is like a prediction or a forecast that we might get a lot of snow this year for the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about snow?
Well, uh, for someone who came from a tropical country, and when I came here, that was 9 years ago. I was already around probably 46 or almost 47, for example. And it was not easy at first because I was used to a very hot weather.
Uh huh.
So I was struggling, with this very cold weather. But I think after many years you will get used to it.
Mhm. But
Yeah.
you don't like.
I don't
It's
really
not your
like it
favorite.
because I don't really like it because especially if you're rushing to work in the morning and you have to bundle up, you have to
Mhm.
double your uh, probably, like, you have undershirt, you have this, you have kind of like a cardigan or a jacket, and then a winter coat, and then sometimes I have to wear stockings or leggings and then pants or jeans. So it takes time to dress up for winter. So
Mhm.
you have to wake up extra, for example, 30 minutes just to be ready. But it's okay.
Mhm.
I'm already used to it. So yeah, I think it's not. So these were your expectation before coming here. So other than winter, have your expectations, for example, been met? Like
Yes. Yes.
security, for example.
Yes. Actually, it's
La-
more than I
expected.
expected.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Most of no. Especially for the nature, the landscapes,
Oh yeah.
the beauty of the city.
Okay, but
You know.
what places have you been to?
Okay. Not so many.
No, I mean, like,
Um.
even around here in
Okay.
Metro Vancouver, for example.
Okay. Guest town. I love guest town.
Okay.
I love Deep Cove.
Yeah.
I went to Burnaby Mountain. I went to Kaplan Bridge and Grouse Mountain. But Capilano and Grouse Mountain, I have been there in 2019.
I went
I
there. I went
I
there.
went, yeah, because I put a date, right?
Yeah, in
Okay,
2019.
okay. Yeah, I was studying this today. Yeah. Okay, so I went there in 2019, and now I'm expecting go again
I'm
to
okay.
see.
I'm planning to go again. I'm planning.
I'm
I'm not
planning.
expecting. I'm planning to go.
I'm planning to go again to see the snow
Oh yeah,
on
yeah,
Grassy Mountain.
yeah. In Grouse
Um,
Mountain.
in
Yeah, because it's a
in
mountain.
okay,
In Grouse Mountain.
in Grassy Mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and where I did
Have you been to
go.
Whistler?
No,
Not
no.
yet. Stanley
We are
Park.
planning to. Yeah, yeah. Stanley Park. No, I did. I.
I've
Oh my
been
gosh,
I've been there.
I haven't
Oh, you haven't
this
been?
year. Yeah, this year, but 2019 I went there.
Uh-huh. So you say, okay, I went there in 2019, but I haven't been there this year.
Yes,
Ah,
exactly.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I need to go there
Again.
again. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you know what? The best time probably would be summertime.
yeah. I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like,
I want to go to Victoria
mm-hmm.
as well, and Whistler, and I really want to go to Alberta,
Uh-huh.
but I guess in summer. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, summertime would be the best time to go and visit, these places because,
Yeah, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I want to see the lakes.
Well, actually, even here in British Columbia, you know what? I don't know if you've heard about Joffrey Lakes.
Yes,
It's similar
near
to,
Whistler.
yeah, near. It's
Whistler, Whistler.
probably an hour more or 40 minutes. 40
Mm-hmm.
minutes to an hour from Whistler to Pemberton, which is, where the Joffrey Lakes are.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
beautiful, huh?
it's so beautiful. But the thing is, you have to be, prepared to climb or hike up the mountain.
Yeah.
And you don't, I mean, you should not, I should say, you should not bring a lot, like going up, probably enough water to drink and some snacks because it's
Mm-hmm.
not easy, it's kind of like for
Carry.
example in my case, so on the ground there's already one lake and it's so beautiful
Uh-huh.
already. It's already beautiful, green blue color, and to be able to see the second lake, which is so breathtaking, I would say, very amazing. It's so heavenly for me. So in my case, because of my age, it took us, like my friends, it took us probably 2.5 to almost 3 hours to hike
Oh my God.
before reaching the second one. But once you reach the place, once you get to this place, the second one, oh my goodness, it's like, it was all
Heaven.
worth it. What do you know what I mean when I say worth it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was all
Uh-huh.
worth it. And then there's the third lake, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
probably 30 to 40 minutes more, and you will pass through this waterfalls, and then you reach the third lake, and it's also breathtaking. It's like you kind of like appreciate, like, how did we have this kind of lakes, for example. So
Uh-huh.
you can actually say that, okay, someone must have been responsible for this, and you can say that these are God's creations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So sometimes you don't really need to go far, like, or outside British Columbia to be able to see these beautiful lakes. We have a lot of them
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I
that's
see.
one thing about, being in this place, because if you want to go to a place to relax and enjoy and commune with nature, it's just 1 hour, 1.5, 2 hours away, or a little bit more, then you will get to this place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more recommended to go there on spring and summer.
Yeah. Well, because for example,
It's
in
on or
in every season
in?
in, like every summer, or in the summer, in the autumn, in the spring, in the winter, it's always in if you mean season. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of students are confused with this, right? That,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so the second one is, what is your worst fear about moving to Canada?
Bears.
Okay, Yeah, especially if you, for example, you've been to Ditko, to
Yeah.
Grouse Mountain, to Capilano, or North Vancouver, West Vancouver. Of course, during this time, I think it's getting cold actually, you know. So
Mhm.
they usually this bird, like like birds for example here, they hibernate. So meaning
Mhm.
they're kind of like in one area, in one place, and they want to be quiet and something like that. So yeah. So
Yeah.
let me see. North Vancouver, West Vancouver, yes. Here around this, where do you live again?
Burnaby.
No, I don't think there are some sightings of. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. I'm living near to Coquitlam.
Okay, so boundary of Coquitlam, and yeah, I think in Coquitlam sometimes they do. They see some.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard about, and Port Coquitlam is more common, I guess.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
yeah, they don't, as long as you don't go near them, they won't hurt you. And
Yeah.
usually, if you're walking down the street and you meet a bear, for example, it's good if you have a key that you can, because I heard it's like it will send them away. Like you make
Oh,
some noise,
shaking key.
shaking key or a bell. Do you know what a bell is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's even better.
Okay, nice to
That's
know.
why those people hiking, like going up the mountains, for example, they go camping, they always have this
Yes,
bell.
yes. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Whenever I saw this, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So anything
Yeah.
else like about, okay, there are certain animals, even actually here, we are near downtown. It's kind of like a like there we don't have, places where you see a lot of trees or something like that. Parks, yes, but sometimes we
Parks.
see, yeah, we have some parks near
Oh,
us,
parks.
but
Okay.
sometimes we see fox,
Okay, fox. Mhm.
okay, and sometimes
Oh, did you see that whales shows up on Pearl Harbor?
where is that harbor? Is it in Vancouver?
Yes, Kerr Harbor. Cor- What's the name
Cole,
of the
Cole,
place?
Cole
Cor
Harbor.
Harbor. Yeah, I saw a video
No, no, no,
with
no, no.
orcas
Ah, no, I didn't see. Yeah, sometimes they do.
this week. I guess
Oh,
on Monday.
yeah,
Yeah, so beautiful.
yeah. This
I wish I were there.
this doesn't happen like all the time. There are
Mhm.
only times, very, very, kind of like seldom
Mhm.
that we see this kind of, whales, you
Mhm.
know, uh, here at the Vancouver Harbor. No, it's very seldom.
Mhm.
So you're lucky if you are able to see them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, coyote. Sometimes coyote.
Mhm.
Uh,
I've heard
fox.
about.
Skunk. What
What?
else? Do you know what a skunk is?
No.
Skunk. We have a lot, and if you leave your garbage outside, let's say sometimes my garbage is already full and I don't want to go out and throw this to the garbage bin. So sometimes I leave it at the door so that when I go out for work in the morning, I'll just pick it up and then, and in the morning when I open the door, oh my goodness, the garbage is all over. Meaning we were visited by a skunk.
It's come.
Okay, I'll show you.
Okay. I'll close the door.
This one.
Oh, I see. Mhm.
And it's,
They smell bad, right?
yes.
Yeah. It's come.
Do you have this in Brazil?
Yeah, we have. It's not common. It's really rare, I guess.
Yeah.
But we call them gamba.
Or probably this one you have. It's called head dogs. Do you have this?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
You do have this? Well, here, no. I haven't seen any
Yeah,
head
we
dogs.
have. It's not so common.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay. Okay. So, other than animals, what is your worst fear about moving to Canada?
die far away from my family.
Yeah, or
You know?
getting sick, especially with COVID, for example, right?
Yes. Or my parents or my sister get sick or die, and I'm living here so far away. It scares me a
Oh, yeah.
lot. I have fear of airplanes too, so it's really difficult for me to fly.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Okay.
I hate airplanes
Okay. Okay.
and kind of thing.
Okay. Next, are you concerned that you might be discriminated against here in Vancouver or in Canada in general? Have you ever felt this? Have you ever experienced, or probably your husband, for example, or any one of your friends?
No, no that I know. Um, but if I was moving to United States, I guess I could be really concerned about it. But here, as a country that receives many of immigrants, I guess this is a great point, a great thing for us, like immigrants, because I guess people is more usually with foreign people. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I
okay.
I
So compared
I
to the US,
kind
for
of
example, Canada is more welcoming, you
yeah.
know, they are more respectful, to immigrants. Although, you know what, it's not 100%, but there are more, well, for example, here in Vancouver, you see a lot of Asian people, right?
Yes, and
And
Indians.
okay, so actually, number one, among the number of immigrants, so when you, um, like, I don't know now, but in the past, top three would always be Chinese from mainland China, and Indian, of course, from India, and the third would be Filipinos, like me.
Oh, yeah.
So we were like always, in the top three, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I think now there are more and more people from South America, like Brazil, other
Mm-hmm.
than people from Europe, for example. So it's kind of like mixed. But the top three would always be Chinese from mainland China or Hong Kong, and then Indian, of course, from India, and then people from the Philippines. And
Yeah.
yeah, so we don't really kind of like experience. So I know that Canada is more open, they're more welcoming to immigrants because they need immigrants, you know
Yes. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What do you think about it? You have already suffered about discrimination?
Discrimination,
Yeah.
well, I haven't really experienced it. It's probably, uh I don't know if it's kind of like discrimination, but uh sometimes you feel that, especially if you are in this industry, for example, in my industry, which is English teaching.
Mm.
Yeah, it's probably because they usually put, like, on the website that they only have native speakers, like teachers,
Yeah.
but
Uh-huh.
because they don't have enough native speakers to teach, for example, that you have no choice but to hire people like, from the Philippines as a teacher like me, or somebody from Germany, for example, somebody from Iran, and we can actually do the job because we had experience back home, right? But
Yeah.
sometimes you can feel that they prioritize native speakers because it's a kind of like a marketing strategy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So for example, in your case, how many classes do you have right now? Two, three,
Uh,
two?
I don't know how to count this because I started at 8:45
Okay.
and goes to 11:45, and
Okay.
I have a lunch time and come back 12:30 and 1:50.
Okay.
So I guess it's kind of three classes,
Yeah,
no?
3 blocks. We call this three
Three blocks.
blocks.
Yes.
Okay, so do you have like you have three teachers?
No, actually, I have two teachers.
Okay, are they native speakers? Like European,
Yes,
Canadian European? Okay. Uh,
they are Canadian.
okay. So sometimes, especially if the school is a big school, they also hire sometimes, like me. They hire, yeah. Uh, well, not really because when you're already in, you don't feel that. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you know what? You can
Because it
actually,
shows that you know what you're doing,
yeah,
right? So they respect you
yeah,
when
yeah,
they realize that you know what you teach,
yeah.
what you teach.
Yes. So what you're teaching, what you're
Yeah.
so I don't really, and another thing, they don't tolerate discrimination here. So for
Yes, and
example,
I guess I think it's awesome.
yeah. So if, for example, I feel that I'm being discriminated, let's say, for example, oh, she's Filipino. English is not her native language, although she is an experienced teacher, but it's not her native language. So we'll just pay her this. No, it doesn't work that way because I can actually file a complaint. They have to pay me based on my experience, based on my credentials, based on what I can do. So if I feel that they do that because I'm Filipino, then I can actually say that, oh, I'm being discriminated. I can do the job, for example, but they are discriminating me. There should be equality whether you are this and that. When you are the same, when you are doing the same job, for example, there should be no discrimination. And when
Yeah.
I they and many companies don't want to get complain about being, you know, uh, discriminatory or discriminating, for example, people, because that would be a minus thing for them. You know, here
What?
discriminate a
Minus?
minus, like kind of like less for them,
Okay.
especially if they want to take care of that reputation. This company,
Yes.
no company in Canada wants to be, considered discriminating people or discriminatory. No, because they know that it will be a big thing, it will be a big deal.
Yes.
So
Yes.
people are very careful here, which
Yes.
is a good thing. Unfortunately, sometimes immigrants are more discriminating than
Yeah.
people here.
Yes.
It's kind of
Because
sad.
we came from another culture, you know. So we are, I guess, and I hope that people came here. It's more, open, with with topics like homosexualism, like gay
Homosexuality,
people,
yeah.
yeah, homosexuality. Um, about the black people
Mm.
and religions because in Brazil, I don't know in Philippines, but in Brazil, most of people are Catholic.
Catholic.
So
Catholic.
Catholic, Catholic. So it's not common for us, not common to us. or for us?
Yeah, what do you mean? Like it depends on the
Okay,
context.
it's not common to us see on the streets Indian people,
Okay, it's not common
people with
for us. For us,
for us people with
turban.
uh, turban and hijab.
Yeah, hijab. Yeah,
So people think like stereotypes. It's a word.
yeah, it's
Stereotype.
stereotype. Yeah,
Stereotype is, if somebody's using turban, it's probably a bomb man. you know.
yeah, yeah,
In Brazil, it's not common to see many kinds of religions.
yeah.
So
I think in Sao Paulo, it's more kind of like diverse, because I heard the.
we can compare with here.
Oh,
It's really, really different. I've been there many times, and yeah, of course, it's more. We can see more diversity, but we can compare
oh yeah,
because here, it's so different from there. We can see people wearing weird clothes, and we don't care here and there. It's a big problem.
so
What you
meaning you
how it
in
looks like.
okay, so meaning Brazilian people are kind of judgmental.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah.
to
Yeah,
a
so
certain
that's
way,
one. That's
I guess.
yeah. That's one good thing here. It's like they give you the space or the freedom to express yourself,
Mhm.
as long as you are not uh, creating any trouble. You're not hurting anyone. You're not harming or cause any harm or cause any damage to anyone. You're not breaking the rules or the laws. Nobody cares, so yeah.
Yes, and I think it's really cool about this
Mm-hmm.
because I can go to the mall wearing pajamas and nobody will
No, nobody
care
will
that.
care. Yeah, it's like, okay, that's what you want. It's your
Yeah.
style. It's up to you.
Yes.
Something like
In
that.
Brazil, people will think me a crazy person. Oh my
Yeah,
god, what is
you know
this?
what? I had one in my class. Okay, she was a lawyer in Brazil, a lady lawyer, and she said like every day, going to work, meeting a client or meeting people, she was always dressed up, like
Yes.
makeup, like
Makeup, hair, wheels.
makeup, hair, suit, the ladies' suit, for example, decent looking, very professional, for example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lawyers, it's a formal profession there.
Yeah. So always formal, okay?
Always
But
formal.
now that she is here in Canada, waiting for the approval of her PR application. And she also works in kind of like the same environment, almost, because she works in a notary public office. So meaning she they have clients, they help the clients, to have their documents notarized, something like that. So there are also people working as staff, you know
Yeah.
and her boss is also Brazilian but grew up here, meaning
Oh.
they came here when she was young, so more Canadianized. She doesn't speak Portuguese, almost probably understood when something when you talk to her, but not able to speak. So English with Canadian accent, native speaker.
Mhm.
And the boss, for example, and she said, I was really surprised because she's the boss and this is a notary public office, but most of the time she doesn't care what she wears.
Yeah.
you know
Yes. I guess if my mom came here and notice the clothes that I'm using here. She will be, oh my God,
What
what happened
happened?
to you? Yeah, because you're wearing like a homeless, I guess.
Okay, now this lady, again, remember she was a lawyer and she's always busy here. Like, she has a daughter. Her husband works, she works. So they have to drop off the kid, pick up, do housework. So she does everything because he said in Brazil, they had housemates,
Yes,
housekeepers.
yes.
So it's like I didn't do anything. Like, I go to work, I come home, everything is done. Something like that.
I used to have one
Okay.
every day when I was young, before I leave my parents' house, you know, until I complete my 18 years, because then after that I moved to another city to, study my college, and until my
To move
18th
to another
year,
city for university or for college.
yes,
Yeah.
university,
Okay.
yeah, my bachelor,
Bachelor's a
bachelor,
degree.
yes, my bachelor degree. So until my 18th, I used to have a housekeeper at my home. So I'm kind of shy to say this, but she she made my bed. She used to
To do
organize my bed.
everything for you. She used
Yes,
to do
like a
everything for you.
lunch. Yeah, clean the house, cook the
Cook,
foods.
okay?
Yeah, breakfast and lunch. Not dinner, because she has home. she had home as well,
Yeah,
but was working, was not a slave. you
yeah,
know, it's very common there. It's like a profession. You work and in a home every day, in the same home, the same house. I used
okay.
to have this, and now, and when I moved and to my apartment, I used to have cleaner
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
twice a week or once a week.
This is
Was
very
really,
common too, right? It's very common in Brazil that
yes,
they hire, someone to clean, to do the laundry, and the person comes twice a week.
yes,
Yeah,
mm-hmm,
okay.
yeah. So now, no,
You
so
have
I have to do some everything.
everything.
Yeah, but I share the tasks with my husband,
Okay, that's good. Okay. So he
because
doesn't
I
complain?
appreciate it.
He doesn't complain?
Oh my gosh, no, because if he does, I didn't marry to him.
Okay.
It's a big problem to me,
Yeah.
have to do everything because I'm a woman. I don't tolerate this.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so this lady now, her name is Gracie. Okay. So every time we have a class, sh most of the time she is still at work because the boss allowed her to take some classes. So
Oh,
most of the time she is still
it's
at work.
online, right? The
Online,
class
online,
is online. Okay.
online. And you see, like, and she said, you know what, Louisa, I've been here for 3.5 years. And look at me now. When I was in Brazil, I was always dressed up. I was always, professional looking. So sometimes her hair at work, like this one, ponytailed, with no makeup,
Yeah.
and sometimes, especially during summertime, it's like only something like simple, very simple jeans, you know. She, and she told me, you know what, when I was in Brazil, you don't see me like this. But here,
Yes.
now every day I'm like this because I don't have time, but it's okay. Nobody cares.
Yes. Yes. In Brazil, it's like a hell if we are talking about the weather, and the
Mm-hmm.
lawyers, they need to wear jackets and
Yeah, like, yeah.
how the name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a suit as well.
suit.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, it's so absurd.
Yeah, I
You know?
know. So anyway, she said, anyway, I like it here better because I don't need to worry much about how I look, like putting makeup every time. Put a little lipstick and then, something like that. And I don't really need to worry about what I wear as long as decent looking, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And nobody cares because that's what she sees, among her coworkers.
Yes.
And even sometimes, even where I work right now, for example, there was this lady from Europe, and she's always dressed up, blazer, dress. I used to do that as well because back home too, if you're a teacher, you have to look more professional.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but here I can wear this, like, and black pants, so it's
Yeah.
okay
You
because of,
can be you, right?
yeah, yeah,
You don't need to be a
so
character.
fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, you have traveled to other countries, for example, countries. Have you ever experienced discrimination on a personal level? Like,
No,
no,
never.
never.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
that's,
I'm not so traveling, you know.
yeah. Okay, what
Uh,
countries have you been to?
Only United States and Canada.
Uh
Yeah.
huh. Okay, okay. Okay, that's good. And I hope that you will never experience. Now, just in case, for example, here, when you get this job and you feel that you are being discriminated by the company, by your superiors, you can always raise a concern or an issue in a very nice and professional manner.
Mhm.
Okay? So, yeah, it's okay because they need to know. And
Yes.
probably you just feel it that way, and so that they can explain, for example. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
I think I'm being discriminated because, I'm from Brazil. Yeah, something like that. You can, in a very professional way, you can raise some issues if you think you are being discriminated on a personal level.
Okay.
Okay, what are some expectations you have? Oh, you don't have yet. Okay, but are you also planning to have kids in, when the right time
I don't
comes?
know. I don't know. Actually, I'm waiting
I'm waiting
my
for.
I'm waiting for my uterus. Uterus?
Oh, well, what do you mean? Do you have a kind of like a problem right now, medical?
No, no, no.
Ah,
I will.
you
I
will
was
hire.
trying to do a joke, you know.
Ah,
So I will try again. I'm waiting for my uterus. Close the door. Next, close the door. You know.
uh-huh.
I'm not. I will not working anymore. Are you sure about don't have children? And in that situation, I will think about it. Oh, it's the last chance I will have. I will try because it's not sure if I can have, nature. Um, I'm waiting for the last call. I'm
Uh-huh.
31, so I guess I'm 35. It's my last call. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So I will or I want to have children.
Oh yeah.
Naturally.
But have you talked about this like with your husband?
Yes, yes. We have the same um the same thoughts about this, the same opinion. We don't want to have her now, but isn't a closed case for us,
Yeah,
you know?
okay. Well, you know what? My son is already 30 years old. And well, of course, he had a girlfriend, but I don't know now. And I've been pushing him because you're already 30 years old. I want you to get married, start a family. But I think nowadays, people at this age, like, I don't know, probably he wants to improve more, he wants to progress or grow in his career. So he said, don't push me, I'm not ready yet, why are you pushing me, something like that. So I don't know if he wants to have kids in the future, or probably he has decided not to have, you know not to get
Yes,
married or not to have kids at all.
yes. I want to do so many things before that, you know, because I know have children, you need to change your whole life,
It's actually
your routine.
a lot
Yes,
of work to
yes,
raise. Yeah.
yes, yes. But
Yeah.
I I don't think that I'm ready for this or
Okay.
open for this.
Yeah.
Because I know we will never be ready because it's not exact thing. You know, be a mother can be one thing for me and another for you. Our realities are different,
Mm-hmm.
but used to be a hard work for every month.
Okay, it's a
Like,
lot of hard work.
yeah,
It's
a
more
hard,
than a job.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's really a big responsibility. If you
yes,
think you are not able to give, you know, the quality time that they deserve, the love, the
yes,
care and support, and
yes,
everything that these kids deserve, I think, yeah, you have to think twice before you consider having one or two.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want two kids, I guess.
Yeah.
Two kids, so many kids.
Okay. One is enough. Okay.
I guess, but I, I, I also know that the only child is boring, because I love to have my sister. My sister is my best friend, and I like this is great, and she lives in Brazil, so she's near to my parents. So my parents has somebody close to them. I know that is not our job to take care of our parents, and I think this kind of thought is really wrong. Oh, you need to have a children because when you
You
get
need to have
older,
children,
who will
Noah. You need to have children.
okay, you need to have children because when you get older, who will take care of you? I don't think it's fair to
Mm-hmm.
put
Mm-hmm.
this kind of responsibility in your children.
Okay.
Because if it's fair, if it would be fair, I can live here. I need to be there
Yeah. Okay.
for my
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can live my life.
And you know what? Even parents don't want this. They don't want to be a burden to their children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But
So
but many
it's
parents
not actually an
yes,
obligation or responsibility. Well, it's up to the children, and usually the parents actually don't want this. Yeah.
yes.
Okay, another one. What do you think is the most serious problem for you in your move to Canada? If there is any that you have in mind, for example, what do you think would be, the most serious?
Okay. Gave up of my career, my company, and
Okay,
it's
giving up my
happening.
career. Giving up my
Giving
career.
up, giving up my career, and it's happening now. But it's okay. I'm open for it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I will able to.
I will be able to. I will
I will
be.
be able to get a job in my area
Yeah.
now, but I'm open if it doesn't the right time. I
If
will
if
do.
if it's not the right time yet.
Yeah, if it's not the right time yet, I will do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
But it
Okay.
was a serious problem for me.
Okay. I totally understand. But okay, so one of the most serious problems would be giving up your career or your business actually, because you co-own this one, right? And another thing is that will you be able to get the same kind of profession or nature of job, for example here. Now my question is this. Now what about, let's say, okay, let's say you were not able to get a job that is somehow related or the same to the profession that you had in Brazil. And then probably, let's say, there are jobs that are available, like working in a restaurant, working in a care home, working in a shopping mall, working in a, department store. Okay, are you willing, for example, to take any of these jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm open for it. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well,
I'm trying first to get to get a job relation about my career, my
yeah.
profession. Yeah, but I've been working on it on it in my therapy, to be open for other things, because one thing I'm sure, I'm not a kind of person that stays at home not working. I'm
Mm-hmm.
a working person.
Okay. Okay. I
So,
am a career oriented person.
yes. So if it's not the right time now, I can do other things,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because I'm sure that whatever things I do, I can learn from it.
Exactly. You know what? Doing different jobs, for example, here, it will be, a learning experience for you. You know what?
Yes.
I had, for example, I had a couple in my class. They took online as well. One took IELTS with me, and the husband, and the wife is still taking, English. And we have been, studying for more than a year in her case, because she was a dentist in Brazil, and the husband was a doctor. And you know what?
Oh,
The first job of this doctor, the first time they came here, was working in a bakery. Imagine
oh,
that.
I see. Yes.
So she was, like mixing dough, like baking and everything like that. And slowly, I think for 2 years, he went to school, studied, and doing this kind of job. And when I asked him, so did you regret like coming here, and you were a doctor, and now, for example, you did this kind of job? And said, no, I didn't regret. And another thing, I think he worked in another kind of like factory, for example. But right now, after almost 4 years, well, he started last year. He's been working in one company that takes care of patients' profiles, in different
Mm-hmm.
hospitals. So, meaning his job right now is it's still kind of related to his. Well, of course, he's not able
Yeah.
to practice as a medical doctor because he
Mm-hmm.
has to go back to school. He has to upgrade. He has to pass an exam, something like that. So it will be a long process, but anyway, right now, and the pay is also good, and he goes from one hospital to another.
Uh-huh.
Like doing profile of patients. I don't know how they do it, how it works, but anyway, he's happy with this kind of job.
Oh,
And there
yes.
was even a
Yes.
time that they were, because he's a doctor. I don't know if the hospital that he usually goes requested him to be a part of this team. There was a time that he also administered, some vaccines to
Mm-hmm.
people here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, probably first time, few months, you will get some odd jobs, but it's okay. For him, he
Yes.
enjoyed it. He learned something. It was a learning experience. And this lady who was a dentist, who was a dentist in Brazil, the same thing. He worked in a department store, in a cloth store. And
Yeah.
did when I say, did you regret, like, did you want to go back when you had this kind of chance? And no, no, because um they were aware of this, before coming here. That's one good thing, like being able to prepare yourself, you know, so,
Mhm.
so that it will
Mhm.
not be kind of like disappointing, okay, or you will not regret. And now they're okay because this lady now is working as a kind of like assistant in a dental clinic.
Mhm.
So eventually you will get into this. You're lucky if you're able to get a job right away related to your profession, but
Yes.
a lot of them are not, you
Yes, I
know.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am positive about the interview that I will take on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going slow because my English course that ends at the end of this month, and then if I didn't found something,
If I
I will
didn't find something,
okay, if I didn't find something, I will be open to other things, like Starbucks,
oh yeah,
like
yeah,
this
yeah,
kind of job.
yeah.
Yeah, can be fun, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I
Yeah.
guess it's less pressure in this kind of job, I guess, that I used to have. Less responsibilities, I guess, but can be fun and I can learn things that
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have an idea.
Yeah. It will
It's
be a
really,
learning experience for you. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's good that you are open to this.
yes, I am.
So when you have
I
your
am now.
interview on Friday, of course, you already have the facility, okay, of the language, which is good. You already have the fluidity of the language. You just need to work on some, like prepositions or sometimes like tenses, probably,
Yeah.
you know. But in general or overall, I think you will be. And then remember those questions because some of them will definitely be asked, you know.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
I will check in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And try to formulate, responses in your head. You don't need to memorize because it will not
Yes.
look natural. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just be natural. Just be sincere and honest because they will know. And of course, when you get this job, you keep improving yourself because, of course,
Yes.
it will be the nature will be, of course, documents will be in English, instructions will be in English, the language that you will be used that will be used at work will be English,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to continue improving yourself using this language because this will be the key to your success.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I know because I know currently my most challenge is English. It's not what I know about my profession. My experience is really large, and I guess it's really useful for many companies. But if my English doesn't, you know,
If my English is
it
not
not
enough.
work. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
But I'm working on that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So probably what you can do now before the interview is to probably check on, some websites where you can see like the nature of the business
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and like
Yes,
the
I'm already doing this.
yeah, and these are in English, right? So more or less you already have an idea like this is how they do it. This is how it
Mm-hmm,
works.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Yes,
you are well experienced in this kind of field, but you were using Portuguese. But now you have to use English, right? Yeah, so that's one thing that you
yes,
need to work on. Okay, so
yes,
anyway,
for sure.
yeah. So I wish you good luck for your interview on
Thank
Friday.
you so much.
And it's very still very helpful if you go over, those interview questions, especially those
Mm-hmm.
you think that will be possibly asked.
Uh-huh.
And yeah. Yeah, anyway, I wish you good luck in your interview.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So
Thank you.
please update me whatever
Okay.
is the any development in that interview,
Sure.
or yeah. So
Okay.
good luck.
Deal.
Yeah, have a nice
Thank you.
weekend. Yeah.
You too.
And I'll see you
Yeah.
next
Thank.
week.
See you.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye bye.